Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Gina Salma Rahayu. Now I would like to present about the correlation between student self-confidence and speaking skills. Okay, let's get started. First is background. The issue is why the correlation between student self-confidence and speaking skill need to be researched. Nowadays, English become more important, so most countries have put more emphasis on English language education. One of the important things in teaching English is speaking. Speaking is a second skill that has an important role in communication. Speaking is a crucial part in foreign language. Despite its important and crucial, many students still find any obstacle to speak. Speaking skill is more difficult than the other skill because in the speaking skill it is not only need pronounce word but also arrangement of the words in the oral performance. In order to be able to speak well, the student should learn about the factors that affect English speaking skill first. There are a lot of factors that affect English speaking skills, but one of the interests with self-confidence. One of the psychological factors that can influence the student's speaking skill is self-confidence. According to Hassan 2020, speaking does not only involve the knowledge of speaking but also psychological factor. In this case, self-confidence without having self-confidence, the student will get many troubles to speak in the classroom. In English learning, especially English is a foreign language, students must need the self-confidence to achieve on the subject. Study about language is not easy exactly about speaking. This is caused because the complex process in the speaking skill. People who don't know about the process will find the difficulty in the speaking skill. Thus, this research is done to know whether there is a significant correlation between student self-confidence and their speaking skill. Previous research by Roismanto 2018 has researched a correlation between self-confidence and student speaking skill in SMA Negeri 1 Gegesik, while the research that the writer will examine is the correlation between student self-confidence and speaking skill in 10th grade in Senior High School 3 Tasikmalaya. The two studies have similarities, but there are differences in the research setting. And then is formulation of the problem. Is there any correlation between student self-confidence and speaking skills? Then is introduction. First is operational definition, the definition of self-confidence and speaking. Self-confidence is the ability and appearance to be more competent, productive in all aspects of life. Besides that, self-confidence is very influential on students in communicating, especially in speaking English, because if students have self-confidence, then their speaking skill will increase. With that, self-confidence is important factor in communicating speaking skill. And speaking is an interactive process and also an activity that a person uses to communicate with other people. But on the other hand, speaking is a difficult thing compared to other skills. Because of that, there are several aspects that cause speaking to be complex. And second is aims of the research. The aim is to find out whether there is a significant correlation between student self-confidence and speaking skills. And third is the use of the research. The result of the study can be used as a contribution in providing knowledge that self-confidence is an important aspect that affects speaking skills. And then is literature review. Self-confidence, Random Webster College Dictionary 1997 defines self-confidence as the state of feeling sure when people or students are able to think well. It is clear that self-confidence is the way we feel about what we are going to do and also our perception how effectively we deal with others. And then Lee and Park 2004 state that self-confidence is the crucial part in the speaking skill because that can give enthusiasm, bravery, and stimulation to the learners. Therefore, if the learner have high self-confidence, they will achieve better performance in speaking skill. And then speaking skill, uh, Brown 2001 state that speaking is an interactive process of constructing meaning that involves producing, receiving, and processing information. Furthermore, speaking is oral communication, which maintains social relationship with the others. According to Richard Yule and Bora in Aunis 2017, definition of speaking is the aspect of language interaction that is used to encourage social relationship, promote emotional intelligence, and fulfill an important purpose in conveying ideas or opinion to others. And then is research methodology. First is research design. In this research, the researcher will use a design which is a correlation research. A major purpose of correlational research is to clarify our understanding of important phenomena by identifying relationship among variables, according to Frankel 2011. And second is setting and participant. The researcher will have conduct the research of the data at SMA Negeri 3 Tasikmalaya on December 17, 2020 until December 22, 2020. This is located at Jalan Kolonel Basir Surya, number 89, Sukanagara, Kecamatan Purbaratu, Tasikmalaya, West Java. And then the population that will use of this research is the 10th grade student of Senior High School 3 Tasikmalaya in academic year 2019/2020 consisting of 12 classes with the student total number is 384 students. In selecting sample, the researcher will use random sampling. Thus, in this research, the researcher select 40 students randomly. And then data collection. The instrument that will be used to collect data this study are questionnaire and interview. The author will give a student a questionnaire to measure their level of confidence, and the author will interview a student to find out their speaking skill scores. And the last is data analysis. The technique will use Pearson product moment correlation in calculating the data of student self-confidence and speaking skill using SPSS program. The researcher used the formula by Macmillan and Samaker 2001. I think that's enough explanation for me. Thank you for your nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.